start again.
That's all right. You got all that? Great. Okay. All right. So today we're starting our general theory on how to play half guard on the bottom, and there's also several videos I can send you guys, other videos that will complement this. But here's what we're going to cover today. All right. So I'm going to find myself in half guard. Half guard is when I've got one of his legs trapped, and I'm generally going to be having as many frames between us as possible. So I might have with my knee might be in here. My knee could be low at the hip, here where I can create space. A lot of times my knee's going to be up here, where I can kind of like, you guys can see here, and I'll show the video later, but I'll be keeping this distance, all right? So today we're looking for the underhook. So this is like a very classic, basic half guard sweep. We're looking for this underhook right here, all right? So everything we're thinking about is how are we going to get that underhook, right? The classic way to get the underhook, we know he wants to do the crossface. That one I showed you, everyone likes that kind of pass, crossface underhook. They squeeze you to death here and they like this. So I know that, so when he tries to go and get that crossface, I'm always using my inside tie. Just like we've worked a lot, even if I don't have a knee shield and he tries to get the crossface underhook, right? I'm keeping this arm inside. You see what I'm doing? So that way, every time he tries to get that crossface, it should be very difficult. Keep my elbows tight. Okay, so this is our basic kind of half guard. Like this is, you gotta know this, right? It's just like we're on side control. If you guys remember our side control class for fundamentals, go to side control, please. Like hip to hip, drop the hip, drop hip. Yes, it's exactly what we did from our fundamentals class here in side control. It's identical. He was trying to punch me here. You see? Pull your hand back. Pull your hand back, like pull it back. Like, yeah, like way back. See, like he's gonna do a punch. Remember, he comes in. I've got my hands to defend. I've got this cross and I've got this. So that's exactly the same thing. Everyone here should have experience with that from our class. Half guard again. So from half guard, it's the exact same, except it's better because my legs are involved, right? So when he goes to reach me, look, I've got my upper body, and if I have my knee in, I've got a knee. So in this case, I connect the knee and the elbow, right? I've got this shoulder frame, I've got this inside bicep, and Jason should have a pretty tough time here trying to get to a crossface under it, right? I can even use my bottom knee here, you see? And now I've got his hip frame, I've got his shoulder frame, and you can feel he puts the pressure forward. It's really tough for him to get a good forward pressure on me. So I'm safe from the crossface underhook, right? This is an excellent drill. I want you guys just to play with this drill today, okay? But now what are we gonna do? Go back down. So you guys are gonna drill this today. That's an important drill to just do. One guy tries to get the crossface underhook and one person just defends it. Okay, that's a very important drill. We're gonna do that. That'll be our first drill. Now when I'm ready, once I'm ready, I'm defending, all of a sudden, my hands are doing the job. I'm gonna start using my leg. Look at this leg, right? So I start creating this thing where when I feel his weight like moving a little bit, I move him one way. He doesn't like that, right? When he moves the other way, I'm gonna use this leg. You see, like kind of like a sideways armpit. And I'm gonna use my hands here also to help. Once I see that I've moved to enough space, my elbow can go right into that space right here. And now I've got an underhook. I can either get up to an elbow or I can even be on my shoulder still. All right, so that's our first step. I've got this underhook, okay? After we do that, I'm gonna see the whole thing now for the video. I'm moving, I move, my elbow goes under, I've got the underhook. From the underhook, now we're gonna perform a lower leg shift. So right now I've got the half guard, the basic half guard locked up like this. My outside foot is gonna take over the job. My outside foot is gonna start to go, look, I'm gonna pass it from this leg to this leg, all right? Once I've done that, if I see the chance, I'm going to scoop the leg here. So I was using half guard, I'm gonna switch from this leg to that leg. Right? Now I want to get my hip directly on the side of his knee. So that way his knee is on the floor. If he tries to get that leg out, it should be like very difficult. Right? So I've got his leg on the floor, my hip. I'm using this foot to push my knee, my hip into the side of his knee. Right? So I have this, I have this. I'm pushing my hips in. Right? I'm pushing my hips in. I'm pushing my hips in. And it comes this tipping point now. Now he's thinking about getting on top of it, but look, I still have the hip pressure. And because I have this scoop, every time we win the top, I always get the top position. One more time for another angle, then we'll drill. Okay? So the first drill we have to do is working here, making sure that we can't easily get a crossface underhook, right? If we're trying to get a crossface underhook, it should be difficult here. Elbow and knee, cross shoulder, elbow, knee connection. I'm using this inside tie. Everything's very difficult. He can't punch me. He can't get an underhook, crossface. It's very difficult. When I see the chance I'm working here, When I see a chance, I move him a little bit. And then my elbow comes through and I get the underhook. Once I have the underhook, I'm going to start doing the lower leg shift. Shift. You push first, push. Jumping forward here. Getting my hips directly on the side of the knee. From here, my hip is directly on the knee. So you get that? No. Right? So keep that pressure on the knee. And that allows me to basically drive the knee, try to stick the position, still a hip point. That's what's taking longer. Now we're on top. Now we sweep position here.